So hey, this is Mark McDonald, director of Game Videos, along with
Greg Ford, reviews editor for EGM.
And we just got the GTA trailer and have been watching it. We did this sort of dissection with the Halo trailers that we're now going to do with GTA. And
it's all speculation, but there's a lot of little clues here that Rockstar seemed to drop in. So we're going to try to open those up and let you guys see them as well.
So starting off this scene with the train, something kind of cool you can see. It looks like the air conditioners are smoking in the background, just like a nice little detail. Yeah.
And also notice, like, in the background, just the lighting. Look at the sun. You'll see throughout this trailer, there's a lot of lighting, like, in times of day and stuff. And it seems like this city's being, like, recreated to a sick degree. So.
Yeah, they're going crazy on the lighting in this trailer. Fly US up there in the corner, little joke brands, Mega Mart, Silver Watches, Sportswear.
Yeah, just the elevated train going through the city there.
Right.
And, of course, that's been in pretty much most of the GTAs. And GTA 3, of course, you can jump on the subway.
So the next scene, you got the Screamer roller coaster there in the background. A guy looking like a generic sort of Mustang-y kind of car.
What I really like about this is watching that guy in that car. He's adjusting his rear view mirror, and that's a detail that makes me go like, "Holy crap!" Like he's actually moving it. So I mean, that amount of awareness from what we assume as an NPC, that's pretty cool. So then we hit like one of the boroughs of New York City, it seems. And again, this is Liberty City, when we'll show you why later on.
And you see here the guys sitting on the stoop in the background. It looks like some projects or something. Again, showing off the lighting. There's like little bits of trash on the street.
These little details are what makes the city like just kind of teem with life.
Yeah, there's a plate on the ground. One of those plates you see when they're doing construction on the ground that the car drives over.
Before, right.
Yeah. So here's the Liberty Ferry terminal. The seagulls. You see a bunch of seagulls. In this trailer, not much more to say here. The water you can see looks pretty cool.
They're very reflective, and then there's a Liberty above the ferry terminal, and there's one also on the boat there on the right. And so those are the first like hard set clues where this is Liberty City, not New York City.
And then this next scene we get into the dramatic lighting, Libertine, then a chapel.
Yeah.
Pretty cool looking, very iconic New York.
And of course, now we get the Statue of Liberty. I mean, now it's becoming like, okay, this is obviously greatly based off New York.
Now, so the Statue of Liberty was not in the first GTA?
Maybe it was way in the corner, but none of us remember it, and I do not believe it was in the GTA 3.
So these stock tickers, there's actually a bunch of there's a couple little jokes.
Crisis?
Yeah, it says, so we're starting off, it says Cheese Crisis, and then up at the top it says Take Two up 69%. So never above a 69 joke. And then the other stuff is actual, just could be stock stuff. It says like have gone down, African markets continue to on the top one. The middle one says have to perform, and then energy prices up following long decline. And then there's just a bunch of seemingly random three-letter names like GHT up 3%, OPJ. Maybe, I don't know, if you add those up and put them into something, maybe it's like a little riddle, but I doubt it.
Right, it's digging deep at that point.
Right, and we'll even hear like Get a Life. It's like the MetLife,
the MetLife
insurance company building. Now we're starting to get into the first ad-heavy scene. And there's one thing, I Slept With Your Mom, a movie poster over on the right. It kind of looks like a romantic comedy.
And all sorts of ads. And what do we have? Like iWiz, Bank of Liberty, I think, was one of them.
More dramatic lighting. This part I really love with the train under the tracks and the train goes by. And it's just cool because it's kind of an interior. It's overgrown. There's little, some grass peeking through and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we're really thinking is going to be a big jump in this game. It's going to be a lot more interiors, we think, because they're focusing on one city, which means, okay, GTA 3 did that. San Andreas did 3 cities, so why would they go back down to 1? Well, maybe because you can do a lot more interiors, and that would really open up the world where you walk by a door, you can actually go in it, and you actually have something to do inside there. So that's one of our hopes.
Yeah, so here's a real advertising, sort of a Times Square-ish area. You have the upper left, like a Max Factor takeoff, Max Renda, then America's Top Hooker, which is awesome.
Cracks me up. All right, and then we have the Liberty Tree, which is the name of the newspaper in Liberty City in GTA 3, and it's also what the manual is. It came out as kind of like a visitor's guide or something. It was a Liberty Tree, and this is where it also says like I Heart Liberty City, Welcome to Liberty City. So that's where
yesterday's news today. Yeah, welcome to Liberty City. Then the Cluckin' Bell you guys noticed on the right.
The Clucking Bell, right? That was the fast food chain in San Andreas, and so it seems like it's a national chain in this world. Then E. Cola, Sprunk,
the
Kronos watches.
Right thing, a little Starbucks thing, sort of on the right.
And what I like is what I want to know is there's on the top right you'll see the shark, I guess, coming out of the top right of the screen. I want to know what that guy's from. But.
Right, and then now the next scene you actually get to see a little more peek at the people, and they're moving by really fast, but you can tell some things about it. Looks like a movie ad there in the back, Heartstopper Burger from Burger Shot. All About Me TV theater in the background. But looking at these people going by, some of them are carrying groceries. They have hats. This one woman, I think it's a woman cop. It looks like that woman out of Dead Rising, actually.
Oh, yeah, right.
Reminds me of that boss.
Wow, there's like a lot going on here.
Right. Woman reading the newspaper there.
Right, and it just seems like it's, a better recreation of a city than ever before. And then we hit the overhead view here.
More people, little kids going by with backpacks, bunch more people. And here's a larger bridge scene that really gives you an idea of more of the graphics. I think this is one of the more impressive things. There's a monorail alongside the bridge. A lot of different trucks, more taxis,
right.
of course.
And the graffiti on that one truck, again, a lot of little details everywhere.
Then you finally get to see your main character.
Yeah. Here we go.
I thought, and I still think, he looks Middle Eastern.
Some of us who were talking earlier, we all, the accent on the voice, we all think it's Russian.
And he does sound kind of Russian, but it's kind of a...
But it's weird, like, if you think Russian, you look at him, he looks Russian. If you think Middle Eastern and look at him, he looks Middle Eastern. It's like...
That's kind of true.
It's like almost like you're kind of convincing yourself of what he is.
You see the pigeons on the tree in the background. One of them is pecking at it.
Right, I love those details. It seems like his clothes are kind of stuck on him. They
painted on.
Yeah, they don't float, they don't move, they don't breathe. Like you'd expect his collar to move a little bit, well, especially when he's walking. There should be more movement. It's not like a flowing garment on him. It's more just like paste this on. Considering the graphic splendor of this trailer, right. It's a little nitpicky thing, but
and it's like with GTA, like how often are you down at this level? Like only cutscenes. So
only cutscenes.
So that's true, but you do see it a little later too when you see him walking. So here's the Platypus shipyard. That looks pretty cool. A bunch of deckhands walking, a guy carrying boards and stuff like that.
And one thing another question we posed was are these NPC characters? Do they have lives like in Oblivion where they have like these guys in the shipyard, are they here for all the daylight hours, and then do they go home to a specific place at night? That's entirely possible. This is the kind of thing that would really elevate this to a kind of a next-gen experience.
Right, and that sort of thing will be interesting.
And so here's our no name again.
Yes, and you could. This is where I thought it was. You could kind of tell where his clothes were.
Yeah,
the little
very rigid. Like all the folds in his pants are all kind of stuck where they are and just moving.
But the lighting and everything in the environment, I mean, this is something probably, this bridge is something everyone has seen, whether or not you've ever been to New York.
But another detail I want to point out on the guy is like here you can see fingers. So where I knocked them on the clothes, the fingers, they seem to be separate fingers, which I remember people made fun of the mitten hands of the previous cutscenes.
And here's the final scene.
Yeah.
Another seagull flying by. A lot of water. You don't see any real boats or anything go by on the water. It's always that stupid question with GTA, like, are you going to be able to swim? Are there going to be boats?
Right. So no boats and no aircraft of any sort in this trailer either. And of course, unfinished product, they may not be ready yet, but the question rises now, will that be in there? And then there goes a seagull, and then
just the IV.
Just
like how cocky is that?
What happened to Grand Theft Auto?
They don't even need it anymore. They're past it. It's just 4 now. You know what it is.
They
it's
now
just 4.
Now own the Roman numerals. Like no other company can use them. So
for 5, it'll just be like F. It'll just be like the letter F. Yeah, exactly.
But I wonder what about the future side stories? Like it was GTA 3, and then it was Vice City and San Andreas. Would they just be like City of Angels, just something like basic like that.
Well, and again, maybe they're just showing us Liberty City because that's the first thing. Maybe it is going to be something where you can even go to other countries or some huge paradigm shift. I mean, the title of this video is Things Will Be Different.
Right.
And so, I mean, right now, it's like you see there's a new character, but it's a familiar city, it's a familiar setting. Nothing really breaks the paradigm, and it would be very much like Rockstar to break it somehow. So this is just the first thing.
This might be like the first level. Like he's trying to escape from his old life where he was forced to kill people and sell people, like he said. And maybe he's trying to get away, and maybe it's not even about him. Maybe this is just a side story off the front. But yeah, everything could change. And I also wonder, with the lack of GTA in the title, maybe they're trying to get away from Grand Theft Auto just to avoid some of the politicians and have a different name, you know? There's all possible, like, conspiracy theories about this, you know? And
that's true, that's true.
Could be going anywhere.
Well, hopefully you enjoyed all of our conspiracy theories and our nitpicking. So let us know what you thought, and thanks.